Kate Cassidy's voice trembled slightly as she recounted the abyss of sorrow that engulfed her following the unimaginable loss of her boyfriend, Liam Payne, nearly a year ago. The 26-year-old influencer, once a beacon of vibrant energy on social media, found herself adrift in a sea of despair, her days blurring into a monotonous haze of inaction and unrelenting pain. Payne, the beloved former One Direction heartthrob, met a tragic end on October 16, 2024, plummeting from a third-floor balcony at the Casa Sur Hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina. What began as a promising trip abroad turned into a nightmare, leaving Cassidy to navigate the shattering reality of life without the man who had become her world. In a candid conversation at a National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI, benefit event, she laid bare the depths of her depression, admitting, "I was always just kind of doing nothing and just dealing with that grief and pain. Just not wanting to really live my life." Those initial months were a fog of numbness, where the simple act of rising from bed felt like scaling a mountain. Cassidy described a 2-month spiral into isolation, where the vibrancy of her Charleston, South Carolina roots, sun-soaked beaches, lively nightlife and creative pursuits, faded into irrelevance. Payne's absence wasn't just a void, it was a gravitational pull, dragging her toward thoughts of surrender. "I slipped into this depression where everything stopped," she recalled, her words echoing the universal torment of sudden bereavement. The man who had lit up rooms with his infectious laugh and boyish charm, whose solo hits like "Strip That Down" had topped charts worldwide, was gone, and with him the future they had dreamed of building together. They had met in 2022 at a bustling nightclub, their connection instant and electric, blossoming into a partnership filled with travel, shared playlists, and quiet intimacies that Cassidy now cherishes as her most treasured memories. The autopsy painted a grim picture. Payne, only 31, had alcohol and cocaine in his system, a toxic combination that clouded his judgment as he desperately tried to flee a locked hotel room orchestrated by concerned staff. Authorities initially charged 5 individuals in connection with the incident, but by February charges against a close friend and 2 hotel employees were dropped, leaving lingering questions amid the finality of loss. For Cassidy, who had accompanied him to Argentina but departed 2 days earlier due to extended travel plans, the news arrived like a thunderclap, shattering her sense of security. She had left envisioning reunions and adventures. Instead, she returned to a life irrevocably altered. Yet, amid the darkness, a flicker of resolve emerged. After weeks of stagnation, Cassidy reached a turning point. "I finally realized, okay, I need to live my life, I need to get up, get out of bed." It started small, setting an alarm to wake 1 hour earlier each day, a deliberate act of defiance against the inertia of grief. From there she rebuilt layer by layer. Workouts became her anchor, sweat-soaked sessions and spin classes or yoga flows that channeled anguish into empowerment. Eating clean followed, a return to nourishing meals of fresh greens, lean proteins and vibrant fruits that mirrored the vitality Payne had inspired in her. These routines weren't mere habits. They were lifelines, tethers to a self she feared was slipping away. "Being active always keeps my mind so much cleaner and healthier," she shared, her tone laced with hard-won wisdom. Staying busy became her mantra, a deliberate strategy to outpace the shadows. Early mornings now include planned workout classes, leisurely walks along coastal paths, and the simple joy of a sunlit breakfast, small victories that accumulate into a reclaimed existence. Reflecting on Payne, Cassidy's eyes softened with a mix of adoration and ache. "He lit up any room. He was just so sweet, so funny. I've never met anybody like him, and I'm sure I probably won't ever meet anybody like him in my life." Their bond, forged in the electric haze of a nightclub 2 years prior, was profound. Payne, post One Direction, had reinvented himself as a solo artist, his vulnerability in songs like For You, with J Balvin, resonating with fans who saw echoes of their own struggles. Cassidy, an aspiring influencer with a knack for lifestyle content, found in him a partner who celebrated her authenticity. They traveled to idyllic spots, sun-drenched beaches in Mexico, cozy cabins in the Rockies, capturing moments that now serve as bittersweet relics. "In a way, I actually am glad that he's just going to be that one person. He was the best person I ever met," she mused, a testament to the depth of their connection, unmarred by time's passage. Public glimpses into her healing have been poignant. In September, she shared AI-generated images crafted by devoted fans, lifelike portraits that captured Payne's smile and their intertwined hands. "Thanks for making these. AI is such a blessing and a curse," she captioned on Instagram stories, acknowledging the double-edged sword of technology in mourning, comforting illusions alongside painful reminders. August brought tears anew as she baked a cake for what would have been his 32nd birthday on August 29, 1993. The video, raw and unfiltered, showed her piping frosting with unsteady hands. "Happy birthday, Liam. I know you still have the sweetest tooth in heaven. I tried my best here, but it's the thought that counts. Enjoy." A companion montage of their memories, candid laughs, sunset kisses, ended with, "A special day for the most special soul. I miss you so much. Happy birthday, Liam. I wish we could celebrate together. In the next life, I guess." These posts, vulnerable and unvarnished, struck a chord, drawing messages of solidarity from fans who had followed Payne's journey from X Factor auditions to stadium anthems. Cassidy's path forward is one of intentional living, not just for herself but as a tribute to Payne's zest for life. She speaks of therapy's role, the quiet power of journaling, and the solace found in community events like the NAMI benefit, where stories like hers foster connection. "For me, it's about honoring what we had while stepping into what could be," she says. Payne's legacy, his music, his candor about mental health struggles in interviews, continues to inspire, a beacon for those navigating their own tempests. As the anniversary looms, Cassidy's evolution from paralysis to purpose underscores grief's transformative potential, not an erasure of loss but a bridge to endurance. In the broader tapestry of celebrity tragedies, Cassidy's story resonates with raw humanity. Payne's death spotlighted the perils of fame's underbelly, addiction, isolation, the relentless spotlight, echoing losses like those of Mac Miller or Amy Winehouse. Yet, through her, it becomes a narrative of resilience, a reminder that healing isn't linear but layered, built on incremental acts of courage. As she walks those morning paths, alarms set and heart mending, Cassidy embodies the quiet revolution of survival. One step, one breath, one day at a time.